even though it's got totally fucked up. My setup, like this layout that you create, of course it lost that. See how that goes. All right, we're live on some other Good Morning Mike platforms, and I mean, we have some, probably Pixie's flying right now. Okay, I told you about Pixie. There we go. Pixie just broke out of pre-market highs, PIXI. Why? Okay. Interesting. They have a 18 years and older check box or whatnot on TikTok. I wonder if I should do that so that way I can say it's gonna have my speech like less limited. Probably. You're looking VBIV. Yeah. Barely has enough RVOL. VBIV. Yeah. Let's take a look at what's up the most in the last month. Let me refresh this list first. Pixie, SPRC, Jilto, Life, W, I already checked, CDRF, VBIV, and DNA. I checked all those. SPRC, I think I didn't check. Let's see. No, yeah, I did check that. That's going to miss false positive. So what I want to choose here is, well, here's 3 month over 20%. That could be possibly useful. Yeah, 1.7 thousand matches. Then I go over to performance, and we go out of those in 1 month. Who's got the biggest changes? Oh, we go down this list of absurd results first, then start. Wait a minute now. 1 week, 1 month change. Yeah. And what looks realistic in its results here? Let's see. Some of these are false positives. Maybe this one, Entera, eTerra. Yeah, no. Ecos, and then Solano. So that, all right, so the results are getting real. Ecos. Huh? Wasn't it Ecos? ECGS. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that one's just been flying lately. Moved from 8 cents to 52 cents in very little time. 640% move in 2 weeks. And then as far as pullbacks go, from that peak, it pulled back just 18%. That's a high tight flag on an over 100% gainer in less than a month. If it wasn't a penny stock, that would be a holy grail setup. But we'll treat it like that and see what comes of it. So on ECGS, we just added it to our hot list. And we'd be looking for reversal entries or breakout entries, anything like that. The only thing that's troubling now that I look at it is volume lately hasn't been extraordinary. This move is nothing new as far as volume goes. But maybe we found something before it gets too popular. So interesting to keep an eye on that one. ECGS. SLNO. TNPH. Yes, Mike. TNPH. Good morning. Thank you for the follow. No, TNPH too low volume. Part of this screen should be that it needs to have some volume. The volume is just too dismal. Let's get in here and add a filter. 3-month performance above 20%. That's the only thing it has in here. It should also be dollar volume. Where is that? Volume. I know it has volume times price. There we go. Is at least. That's going to be for today. So I better go average volume. Well, that doesn't work also because higher price stocks. Okay, well, try it over 40,000. List changes from 16,000 to 652. That's good. That just took a third off of the list right there. China Health Industries, CHHE. Morning, Thomas. Yeah, see, look at this. Extraordinary new volume. Zooming from 18 cents to $4 in like a week and a half. Obviously, that's an insane change. It's at 4,000% in 6 days. And has not broken below a prior bar's low yet. So it's like still running. CHHE. So we put that on the hot list. It's OTC, so it can only be traded during market hours, I believe. That's what it is lately. CHAE. Let's see. Get a little bit of a finer view of it. Even on the more volume that's been trading, it's still pretty scraggly. But that kind of price change sure is interesting. YCRM. YCRM. Okay. Younglings Ice Cream Corporation. Yeah, it's up a lot. Smoothly, too, the last 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks. But on not extraordinary volume. Still, I find it interesting. It's not even worth a penny. I mean, we're talking penny stocks here. You know what I need to do is just get the OTCs off of this scan. Because we want to get down to some quality here. Sub-market. INI. Yeah, no, we don't want OTCs. Exchange, sector, industry. Exchange, INI. No, we'll just go NYSE and NASDAQ and ARCA, sure. All right, that gets us down to 500 matches, and they're a little bit higher quality. There's FEMI, there's SLNO, top of the list. DTalk, let's see that one. No. Now how is it saying that that's up a ton? Oh, that's Apple. What? Did I not type DTalk? Why did that bring up Apple? Weird. Maybe Apple just bought them or something. Maybe I read it wrong. DTOC. Oh, well, I just click it and let's see what happens. Nope, it brings up Apple. How weird. SFWL. SFWL Shangfang Development Limited. It's moved from $5 to $17 in 10 bars. But realistically, without that spike, 185% gains in 12 bars. That's really great. Then it pulled back, found support on a 20% pullback. So that's holy grail behavior. It's over $5. Its only issue really is the relative volume is not super high, but it's good. And it certainly has changed lately. It's fading in volume, so that's good. It's gotten quieter. That means the shares are drying up on it. All right, SFWL, I like it. And see, that's a good hot pick right there. GLBS. So back on that SWFL, I'd like to get some kind of an alert going on it, so I'll put one down. There we go. Alert set. But, obviously there's 517 matches here. But this is the kind of thing you do on the weekend or at nights. You just be adding things that are hot to your hot list, so you're not out of the loop. Like here's IMVT. It's on there, and Solano, SLNO, and Femi. These are all things that have been hot lately too. And they're showing up, And so, but anyway, let's take a look at the market, do a little market forecast here. We've got, what time is it here? We've got 11 minutes until the market opens. Let's figure out what to expect today. So let's take a look at the 30-year first to get a little bit of information from it, or the 10-year. 10 years just going straight up. Very little relief. And then let's look at that 30-year. Basically the same. And so that continues to put pressure on the market. A little bit of a relief day today with rates down a little bit from 4.56 to 4.5. 4.56 to 4.5. So that is not that much of a relief. I mean, in the big picture, the market's still under a lot of pressure with these high rates. So let's go check out the market now. And yesterday we did indeed break pivot and closed below it. So that's a good sign that it's a truthful sign that we broke pivot yesterday. Today, it's like the tides in the ocean. You don't, know whether or not the ocean's really going up or down just because the water level is 3 feet higher today than it was yesterday. Same thing with the stock market. It oscillates. There's oscillation. So we are up a smidge. We're up about 50 or 60% retraced on yesterday's drop. But the pressures remain economically on the system, and so on the markets. And so maybe we get a little bit of green relief today, sucker some bulls into some trades, get them committed by ripping down on them at some point today or tomorrow and trap them. But you could have a good day today, and it should not be taken as that everything is good. That's just tidal oscillation, and we could know that by if the day is kind of like weak as far as the movements it makes. Now, if it put in a very strong volume, green, above average sized day today, then we could take yesterday's breakdown as kind of either a fake down or today as a reclaim of that pivot level. Then we would potentially be on our way working on that right W leg on the market. So I really don't know exactly how today's going to go, because this is a very interesting turning point here, and this is day 2 at this turning point. And so we'll see. It's important to monitor, though. And I can know a little bit more about how the day might transpire based on how all the sectors respond in the first 10, 20 minutes. That might give us some insight as to what to expect. Morning, August. Your name is August? Morning. Good morning, time traveler, or whatever your name is. Time twister. All right. That's too funny. Marty. All right, market's going to open in 7 minutes. We're watching Pixie and Milken. Pixie doing good intraday. Milken, pretty low volume, but a little bit higher quality than Pixie, but not necessarily for intraday trading at all. We're twisting time, yeah. Maybe it's a take on Looper. I haven't seen that movie, Looper. It's supposed to be so goddamn good, and it's made by my classmate in high school. So that's pretty crazy. It was shot at my high school. Looper, apparently, I think, from what I understand, was shot at my high school. But I've never seen it, so maybe that's true, though. It is super cool and crazy. And then my friend, and then Ryan, I can't even remember his name right now, but his name is Ryan. He's just Ryan from my class in high school. Went on to write and direct Star Wars 7 and 8, and then something with 9. Right. I think he directed it as well. And he did that other one. He did Knives Out and Brothers something. Crazy. And also in my class in high school was Hurley from Lost. I used to play tennis with him. And cool dude. I didn't even know that when I was watching Lost, but I kept telling my wife, dude, that guy looks so familiar. Like, where do I know him from? And it's like I was thinking of other shows and stuff, But then he went on to be in Hawaii Five-0 and, and yeah, I forget his name now. But all these guys from it's just high school. Did you watch Knives Out? I didn't watch Knives Out either. I really liked Star Wars 7, 8, and 9 a lot. It's better than fucking Star Wars 6. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6. Return of the Jedi sucked. That was pretty bad. Obviously, Empire Strikes Back was incredible, but nothing like 7, 8, 9. Come on, that was incredible. And I grew up on Star Wars 4, 5, 6 and hated 1. Obviously, everybody did. 2 was pretty good. 3 was okay. 4, I have a huge love in my heart for 4, New Hope, and then 5, Empire Strikes Back. Like, wow, not just because of the father thing. It was very mystical, very cool one. But 7, 8, 9, like, wow. And then Rogue One, holy shit. I really loved Rogue One. Which reminds me, I think the director of Rogue One, is coming out with a movie very soon about artificial intelligence. Some kind of action movie, pre-apocalyptic artificial intelligence movie. It kind of, at first when I saw it, I thought maybe this was a movie about before the Matrix, but part of the Matrix series. That was like how, that fight came to be. Pretty interesting. Looks really good. Can't wait to see it. And if it's the Rogue One director, then hell yes. That movie was so good. All right, well, that brings us to 3 minutes before the market opens. We're watching what we need to be watching, which is Pixie. There goes Pixie right now with a little bit of energy right before they open. It's about to break out of pre-market highs right now. Richard says CNXA. Oh, let me see. No, what the fuck? It was probably because it was a reverse split. No, that is a total turd. No. Stay away from that. Why did you recommend that? On what basis? All right, well, the market's going to open in 2 minutes. And Pixie seems to be our best intraday trade. There goes Milken right before they open. That was a pop on Milken from 23 to almost 24. It did. It just hit 24. So this is why I like Milken, a little bit higher quality than Pixie. Good for swing trade, but still a little bit low volume. And on the low quality side of quality. Pixie, just not good enough. Good enough to day trade, though. A lot of volume on it. But pretty shitty. Super micro float. 500,000 shares. And it's $1 stock. Like, it's going to go into a halt if everybody wants it. There's just not enough supply. Pixie's just going to, blast out. All right, I talked myself into buying it. I get a $1.10, 20 cents a risk. All right, I'm ready. I'll get it at the open because the market's opening any second here. 45 seconds to the market open. All right, here we go. 20 seconds. If anybody wants that milk and swing trade, this was your opportunity to get it. Again, it's a little bit on the low quality of quality side. Lower than IMVT. All right, here we go. Pixie. All right, there goes Milken, 24.44. Pixie selling off real quick there at the open. I'm taking a 1/5 position. Milken's almost at 25 already. I'll see if I can build a position in the 120s up on Pixie. I got 1/5 of my intended size right now. Then we get to the 1 minute, and is it going to be a breakdown? We'll know in 18 seconds, or a breakout. And I can just flatten if not, you know. Okay, Pixie starting to move up. Looks like the 1 minute's going to be a breakout. Boom, there's some more on Pixie. Getting some more cost average in. 2/5 in now. Okay, a minute has transpired. We're pulling all the way back again. It's going to be a rough day on Pixie. Milken over $25 now. Does not really have the volume to day trade. It would be more like you want to be positioning for a swing trade on that. But again, lower on the low side of quality. You know, Blink came up on the list, up 10%, it looks like, and rising. Blink, BLNK. Not sure what's going on with that. About to pull it up. Oh, man, the volume is so low. But I guess it's moving. The market itself, like I said, is kind of moving up. It's a little bit dojiing. All right, we're back into the 120 range, 120s on Pixie. We're wondering if it's going to break down 122. Till then, you know, it's a good buy down there. Okay, Milken's over 25 solid now. Blink went from 320 to 330, so a little bit of action going on there. As far as RVOL goes and on quality average stocks, it's just nothing. Maybe CRDF. I have to take a look at that in a second. CRDF, let's see. No, it's not putting in a good day. So, you know, when you really limit down, when you get your discretion levels to the right level, you know, some days there's just nothing to trade. And that's not because there's not opportunities out there. It's because there's not quality opportunities out there. Anybody can trade shit. But, you know, when you get more experience, you realize you don't want to trade shit. You need the quality for a lot of reasons. Yeah, RJ says that's our system working. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, that's exactly right. All right, Pixie soft pulling back a little bit there. The market's still dojiing. You know, like I said, it's still under pressure from these rates. I mean, 4.5% is not better for business than 4.56%. You know, it doesn't. You know, today's just as bad as yesterday on business. Well, all right, so it's slightly better, but you know, by 1/100%. Still, overall, you want to be moving into defensives. You see, so like in general, not good. Not good. So that's why I believe we won't have a strong green day, but the market's indicating that we'll have a green day. And so if it's not a strong green day, and yet it's a green day, and things are still bad, what's it going to be? It's going to be like a doji day. Or, we run strong for the first hour, top out for a few hours, and then rug pull some point towards the end of the day. Discount prices are had. It comes back up, ends on a doji. Okay, Pixie's starting to move now. I'm going to add. I got 4/5 of a position now. Milken holding a high tight flag. Doesn't need to. It doesn't need to be that tight. It can move around. It can oscillate, but it's doing better than it needs to, frankly. IMVT just hit 43. We've got that holdover from yesterday. As a swing trade. Oh yeah. He's like, oh yeah. Is that, it could be, oh yeah. Or it could be, oh yeah. It could be either way. It could be both. It could be, oh yeah, oh yeah. This is how we put it together. What happens if you do it backward? Oh yeah, oh yeah. that makes you feel like you want to sell it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The Kool-Aid man busting through the wall. Well, I mean, if IMVT is going to be doing that good, we're up now 29% on that swing trade, guys. 29%. So I'm going to take out 5%. That's always, you can always take out 5%. I'm going to set that as a limit order to basically to the high of the day, which is 43.23. So I'll set it to 43.19, 43.19. 5% out up there. Okay, Pixie's still just hanging out up at okay levels. The Dow is dropping pretty strongly, as is the S&P 500. I think we're going to see growth follow suit soon. Sector-wise, what do we got here? We've got financials dropping, rates going up, gold dropping, oil continuing to inflate. Whoa, Pixie with a huge drop. And let's see if I need to flatten. We're going to wait 20 seconds. Pixie with a rug pull drop there. Somebody big wanted out, and I just don't know if it was enough, if it was everything they got. They could punch it again any minute here. All right, we're on to the next minute after that red drop. And is it going to find support? Is it going to find interest? Is it going to find demand? I don't think so, because it had basically a failed retest neckline breakdown occur. So what I'll do is I will get rid of a little bit. So de-risking. That's what I said, Pixie is lower. It's like, it's not even quality. It doesn't end. It's not in the range of quality. So it's not like lowest, low, medium, low, medium, high quality. It has none of those attributes. It's not in the quality category. Pixie is garbage shit. It will, day trade only. And as we're learning here, more of a high frequency trade scalping type of deal. When the market is reduced to just high frequency scalping, there's like nothing left. There's no opportunity. Looks like some selling volume is coming across the market. There is a little bit of demand coming in on Pixie. I'm just going to use that to de-risk some more. If I can get hit by some of this demand, then I can sell at the ask. IMVT with a little oscillation, a little pullback. That's normal. It's pretty wide ADR, 6% normally. The Qs are kind of indicating they're heading down with everything else. I mean, the Qs are holding out the longest, which is growth stocks. But just about damn near everything else is dropping, except for staples. Gold is dropping, which is interesting. And the dollar is weakening. And that's based on our markets. Our market movement is weakening our dollar. And rates are going up. And staples, however, a defensive, are holding. They may be moving down now. We may actually get an all-day grind down. As I'm starting to look at it and starting to read all the sectors together, we may get an all-day grind down here. IMVT back up to 43. Remember, I have that 5% order sitting there. Oh, did I take it out? Oh, I already did get that fill. Nice. Okay, and we're breaking to new highs right now. I sort of had my fill for the day on IMVT, 5% exit. So unless it does something significant, goes to 45, 6, 7, I won't take another 5%. Yeah, we got to be all out on Pixie. I'm glad I de-risked. There's really nothing left over there. Now, it could reclaim and move today. We've seen that. Very interesting pattern. But what you'd be looking for then is a 4-point reclaim of the opening low there. That first kind of 10-minute low, which is 122. So you'd need a 4-point trend up and over 122. That would get you in at the earliest point. And then, from there, you'd want to see it definitely get over some of the moving averages and other key pivot levels, and then eventually the high of the day of 136. So that could happen later on in the day. Life W, yeah. I looked at it, and it's just all over the map. It's does not look good. Let me take another look at it, because I could be mixing that up with AVTX. Let's see. No, same thing. It's similar to AVTX, and then it's just like, what's that game? Remember, you push Tiddlywinks, when you push the thing on the table and flies, it's betting on Tiddlywinks. That's what fucking Life W looks like to me. Like, they're like, ooh, I got a big jump, and who's in? And then they flip it again, and then it falls off the table. It's totally whacked out. The ADR on it is over 36% on average. It's just coin flips every day, There's just almost Russian roulette levels, but not quite there. I'll let you know when something's at a Russian roulette level of game. But right now the game is just Tiddlywinks. Tiddlywinks. That brings back some memories. Started to make me remember when this was 1980. I remember playing something that some of you, probably know about. But it is an old game, and it from that was an old game, like from World War I and stuff. It's called jacks. And you take these like 5-pointed metal spoke things in your hand, and you try to grab them. And I forget, is it with a marble or something? Or you throw a ball in the air or something, and however many jacks you can grab, and then catch the marble. It's like silly little game. But Jax is probably, what's the simplest game on earth? Like, I mean, now we got tic-tac-toe. Ball. There we go. Marcus said ball. It was a ball, not a marble. Right. The simplest catch. Yeah. The simplest game on earth would be catch. And then you move up, and then we get through Jax. You got Tiddlywinks in there. You got coin flipping, guessing the coin flip. Pong, says somebody, as far as video games go. I remember when Pong came out, and I played it on my uncle's computer. My uncle was an engineer at AMD in the 80s, and he had all the cool tech, and he had the first Pong game. And yeah, we would play that. It reminds me of, in the movie, I think it's Vacation with Chevy Chase. At one point, he's trying to show the vacation plan about how the car's going to drive across country, and he's got it up on his like Atari 2600 or an old, that day was it so advanced, the computer. He planned the trip on his computer, and then the kid, it comes in with like Pac-Man trying to eat the trail of the car that's coming up. He's like, hey, Russ, put that down, stop doing that. And then eventually he grabs the controller too, and he's the car, and then they're fighting each other. It becomes a video game. Oh man, that's great. Look at how Milken's holding up. MLKN holding up pretty nice tight flag there. Similar price action as we saw on IMVT. That's good action. Pixie, bad action. Blink didn't really hold up. Wasn't very high quality anyway. But it's definitely a name, but not super high quality. Trades less than $10 million in a day. So that's not institutional. That's not a quality stock to swing. Blink. It's pretty much in the dumps right now. Don't blink. Boy, is that a game? Yeah, Jesus. Oh, the Qs have rebounded. The Qs are moving up. Where we have that? Yes. Okay. The market rebounding a bit, and that's showing up on the Qs. Yeah, some green today. Still, most sectors are selling off. Only growth sectors. This is ridiculous. Only growth sectors are going up, like discretionary spending. That'd be luxury spending. Communications, which would be like Facebook's in that category, Meta, and tech. And yet rates are going up. Gold is going down. Oil is going up. Industrials are going down. And staples are going up. Healthcare's going down a little bit. Utilities going down a little bit. It's a very mixed market. Okay, when we get this very strange mixed market, it usually becomes a chop day, not a directional day. Not a day that puts in a bottom. It's just a transitional day. Think of it that way. Like, what is chop? Transition. It's just time extension. What is chop? It's just time extension. Like, it makes a lot of sense for me in music, in classical music. Yeah, Pixie's coming way back up. Hell of a reclaim on Pixie if anybody wants to get in. But in music, like in sonata form, you have a number of bars per sort of section, A, B, etc. But then at any point in there, like Mozart and Bach, you could put in something that sort of vamps that for a few more bars. It'd be a time extension. And it doesn't change anything, and you haven't progressed to the next thing yet, but yet you're stretching things out. And that's what consolidation is. That's what oscillation is. That's what chop is. It's just transition to the next phase, which isn't here yet. It's a do nothing. Chop is just do nothing. There goes Pixie breaking out. 133 it was the breakout, I believe. And wow, what a just total sell-off after that breakout. I should have known better. There's somebody up there just waiting for these moments and punching the button with a ton of shares. And really, it doesn't take much to have a ton of shares because the float's 500,000. It's a dollar stock. So with 100 grand, you've got 20% of the company. I mean, this is shit. I mean, I told you Pixie was less than quality, like garbage. So, that's what it is. And now, yeah, it is just, that's it. It's over on Pixie. I don't think anybody's going to try again. RJ said, what a jerk. I was hoping that hard reclaim was looking good. But see, now the thing is, though, and remember this, RJ, and learn from it, the prior action already gave you an indication of the behavior, right? So it reclaimed, yes, and that can happen. And it was a strong reclaim. And hey, maybe it was going to, pop and then go into a halt and, all the good stuff we always, think about. But you also have to be like extra on your toes because it already failed. It's already failed. You've seen quality move. You've seen quality moves. They don't include shit like that. Not the last one, but even that first one around minute 10. So, when you get up there, I would just hope that anybody else learning and watching, and hopefully RJ, if needs to hear it, maybe, who knows, wouldn't risk very highly on the second chance there. It's not like trading just doesn't work like that. RJ knows that. Everybody knows. Many of the members here know that. But a trigger is not just simply a trigger in a vacuum. There's so much that goes into how much weight, do you give the trade. Oh, IMVT now hitting 43.5. That's very nice. Getting something out of that. The Qs back well off of their highs, even though today's just a very kind of nothing day. Let's look at the projected volume on the Qs for the day. Okay, it's projected only now at 22 minutes into the market. Do we have enough data to be able to project end of day volume? And it could change. But right now, based on what's transpired so far, it's looking like today's going to be a little bit of an above average volume day. And it's looking like that's coming in the form of rotation. And so that's just kind of nothing, rotation's just kind of nothing. It's just hiding money in different places that aren't necessarily where money it can be made. People are just basically rotation is a defensive move. It's just tucking away assets into safer places. And so we should see, it's a little bit funky, but we should see growth not end up well today. Not that it has to end up bad, but we probably will get like just a little teeny red doji candle today. And because the industrials are getting hit hard, and that's strange because rates are going up, and inflation usually causes base materials and industrials and financials to move up as well, but it's not. We're getting a contrary movement. So it's just super mixed. And we're also not getting movement into gold, which is a typical defensive. So money's going somewhere. And frankly, it could be flowing out of the country. It could be, big money is maybe pushing it over into a different even currency because the dollar is weakening. It could be that the big money today is being made in Forex, and that's just the way the vacuum cleaner is working today. So we could see some other currencies moving strongly right now. But yeah, I don't really trade Forex. It's just boring. RJ says, yep, he only risked 0.5 R on that attempt. Good job. Depending on how on your toes you are, you probably should have did 0.3 R. I think I could see. Well, see, the problem is it was already lowest quality shit quality to begin with. and you don't have an HFT setup, and I think if I remember right, you don't have day trading account like Ability. So yeah, I would have like probably if I had to just analyze and critique and learn, say something about what could be done next time or whatever. I would say keep Pixie on the low side. Like me, if I was building a position, my position was 1/3 R. That was before it even fell that first time. I was going in for 1/3 R. If I was going to go in again, I'd go for like 0.1 R at this point. It's just wait for those days where not today, wait for those days where something quality shows up. And in the meantime, just lose $1, right? And do that day in and day out, and then throttle up when it starts working on the good days and where you can see clearly it's a good day. And the differential there, if you can get that differential larger, you'll put yourself through less hell. If you can have like a 10-to-1 differential on your R between quality and when you just want to dabble and better, that's excellent. Some of you maybe just half, 2-to-1 in the difference between your risk choicings. But if you can get that down to like 10-to-1, like for me, it's like infinity to 1 because I'll take days where I just don't do anything. 0, 0 divided by 1. It's infinity. Yeah. So even when there's an opportunity, I'm like, eh. But I actually did trade that one, lost like $17. And that's fine. Especially fine at 0.3 R risk. Okay, everybody, let's get back into the group. Today is meh. Meh. Today is a meh. All right. See you back in the group. Come over to our group, everybody who's out there watching. Make sure you click the link in my bio or wherever it is. All right. See you soon, everybody. Ooh, IMVT just hit 44. I might take out another 5.